Hello friends, welcome to my channel SushantChessWise. Once again, we are with a new series actually, and it's based on long calculation training, and we are going to discuss how masters identify that this combination can be a long one, and how much they see and where they stop and how they approach the positions. This is going to be the starting of a long calculation series. So let's get to the position quickly, and then I will tell you as we get along. So this is the position at hand with white to play. We can see that the black king is really not at all well placed. White has three pieces lined up, the queen, rook and the knight. And immediately many of you must have started seeing the move knight takes g5. There are only two candidates here. One is c knight h4, which does nothing much, no threats. Black can just play c5. He is absolutely fine. The other line which forces things is knight g5. Mostly what people do is they see the line knight g5, fg, qg5 check, c king cannot go to h7 because rook h4, queen h6, rook h6 mates. So they dwell into the line king f8, and here we are at crossroads actually. What to see, how much to see. Here generally people see these three moves. One is c, rook going to h4, second the rook eyeing g4, and third is the move queen capturing on h4. Firstly, the line rook h4, which looks really good at first because there is threat on h8, mating threat. So queen f6 forced, and the problem is after takes, either check or white can go g4 here. But it looks like after ke7, nothing much happens. Even the line we will see after rook h8 check knight g8. Here too nothing much seems to happen. So what mostly people do is they dwell into the other lines. And the other moves are here, see, one queen h4, not that great because just queen f6, similar position, and with the rook on e4, rook is hanging, so the move is getting wasted, and after rh4, ke7, black just looks about okay here. I'm not saying black is losing and all, white has 3 pawns, but it's not a winning position definitely. The other line, rook g4, very interesting at first, looks like a great choice because nf6 almost forced, and now see queen check, ke7, again queen check, forcing the king to d7, somewhat bad place, and rook h4. White has again 3 pawns for the piece, the king looks really badly placed, and white can look for really good play here. See, one is g4, g5, then rook can I, the h7 square. But here too you can make out this king is not really weak as much as it was in the previous line. So what white player should do here? That is the first thing. Generally what masters will do, they will never leave a line halfway, and when they check the line, they try to wait at the critical moments, the points where the or till where the moves are definitely forced. So you must have seen the previous line here, king f8, rook h4, queen f6, queen f6, knight f6, rook h8, and here you must have noted that maybe we left this line very quickly. See, here there are two options. One is g4, which I got really hooked with, but immediately as soon as I saw kg7, I rejected this line. And after waiting for some time, when I didn't find the answer, when I looked and I saw that my moves were matching till rook h4, queen f6, queen f6, I immediately realized maybe in this line I missed something, and then I waited and found the move f6, and I realized, oh, things look really difficult for black. The knight and the king are really trapped here. The rook has to do whatever it can. Meanwhile, white is advancing his c, h pawn in merely 4 moves. And another thing you must have noted, till here there are 6 moves till now which were all forced. So now what happens? After say rook d8, which is almost forced, white will not do h4. See, h4, rook d4, h5, rook h4. Rook timely comes behind the pawn, and h6 or h6. It is black who wins here. But white plays the very strong g4, very unexpected move. White looks slow here, rook d4, g5, and now see what happens. The black rook cannot come on time. See, after rook d5, h4, rook f5, h5, rook g5, h6, the pawn is heading to h7 by force. So rook g6 forcing white to play h7, and now rook g2. White is of course winning, but few points here. He has to be very careful. We cannot mistime the capture on g8 because the king will try to attack f6 very soon. So white waits a4, trying to create zugzwang on black, and see after c5 also he should be very careful. See, many people suggest the move hg8 or rook g8, but after takes, you see king is coming faster to f6. So after king c2, king h7, kc3, kg6, kc4, kf6, kc5, ke7 or e6 both, and after b4 takes f5, a5, kd7, kc4. The kings mutually attack each other's pawn and the game would be drawn. See this way. So white waits with kb1. See, white wants to bring the black pawns closer. Now after c4, if the rook moves, then the king can simply go to c2 and c3. We'll come to that as well. c4, king c1, once again necessary move. Here to hg8 or rook g8 is a bit hurried choice. Takes kc2, kh7, kc3, kg6, kc4, kf6. White looks winning, right? King b5. But here too, after ke5, ka5, f5, kb4, good move. The king is trying to come to c3, but then kd4. Timely kd4, and after the advance a5, f4, a6, f3, a7, f2, simultaneous queens. But who wants this position? Still a very tricky queen endgame. Is not at all winning by force. So white just waits with kc1. See, this is what masters do, and here black chose to resign. Nothing much is there, because after rook g4, either white can play kc2, rook g3, here kd2, wait here and force the rook away and then play kc3, or in this position, the reason he resigned was here rook g8 is outright winning. See, hg or rook g8 takes kc3, king h7, kc4, kg6, b4. White is two moves ahead. See, after ab, a5 simply, king f6, a6, ke6, a7. The pawn queens, and white would win very easily. Hence, black resigned after the move kc2 itself. So, since it was not much about this endgame, but how the masters see, how they see the lines which are running really forcefully, and where they wait, how much they see, and at what point they decide to leave the line. This was the whole lesson all about. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Definitely let me know in the comments below. Thanks for your time.